Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of
Vartas!
Okay, today I'm joined by Berklee Japan. I'm just gonna ask you guys to introduce yourselves and your musical backgrounds.
Hi, my name is Koji. I'm the secretary of Berklee Japan, and I play electric bass.
Hi, I'm Anan. I'm artistic director of Berklee Japan and play drums.
Hi, I'm Rin. I'm the president of Berklee Japan and I play violin.
Hi, I'm Noelle. I'm the treasurer and I'm a vocalist.
So today I just wanted to ask all of you a couple questions about your cultural background, what it means for your career with music, and also more about your Patio show on April 8th. So I'm just really curious, what made you all want to pursue music professionally?
I started playing violin when I was 4, and I always... What's the word? I always wanted to grow up to be a soloist, but that didn't really work out. But I'm not really good at anything else, so yeah, I came to Berklee, trying to find out what I can do with music. Yep.
I used to be a dancer all my life, and I did dance in an arts high school, and then I realized that if I wanted to do dance, I probably would have to retire by like latest 40 years old, and I didn't want to do that. And I wanted to spend my time doing something I really enjoyed instead of an office job or working for other people. And I really like writing music. That's why I chose to come to Berklee.
I've been to musical college in Japan. I just had a chance to go to Berklee, and it just came.
I started playing bass when I was 15 years old, and I was just kind of doing it for fun up until my last year of high school, and I started playing music around Macau a lot, and that was when I realized this is it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I started looking at music schools, and now I'm here.
I noticed you mentioned, you said you were from Macau. So although you guys are Berklee Japan, I do know that not all of you are fully Japanese. Would you like to expand a bit more about your cultural background?
Yeah, so I'm from Macau. I was born and raised there, but my dad is half Japanese. So we all have Japanese names, Japanese last names, and I just wanted to do Berklee Japan because it's a part of my culture.
So I'm from Japan, and I'm from Tokyo. I think I'm the most Japanese in the members, because other members usually spend the times in other countries, but I didn't.
So my parents were both Japanese, and I was born in Japan, but I've lived abroad for most of my life since I was 4. When I got to Berklee, there was no sense of a community for Japanese people, but also people who like Japanese music and culture. So that's why I started Berklee Japan with my friends, regardless of their nationality or cultural background, just so that we can create a space for people that, share their
Love for Japanese music.
Yeah.
I'm Singaporean. I don't look like it, but I'm fully Chinese. And I never really listened to Japanese music before coming to Berklee, but somehow I have a voice that low-key gives J-pop. And most of my friends are Japanese because they're really fun people and they're really nice. So I'm here for community, and also Japanese music is really, really dope. Yeah.
You wanted to start this because you wanted to create a community for Japanese people. How do you think your culture and your background impacts the kind of music that you make or you want to push forward to more audiences?
Honestly, before coming to Berklee, I had never really gotten into Japanese music because I had always associated with anime music, and I never took it seriously. But the year before coming to Berklee, I lived in Japan for a bit, and that's when I really found out the musicianship and the really different songwriting styles that Japanese music has, and I really thought it was really interesting. As for the music that I make and play, it's not intrinsically Japanese or of any culture. I just try and promote more cultural collaboration between different genres and different cultures in the music that I produce and play. Yeah.
I come from a pretty multicultural background. My mom's Korean and my dad's half Japanese, half Macanese. And I went to international school my whole life. So I kind of grew up with people around the world. So whenever I get the chance to work on different projects, I really like to just have people from different places work together, because then you can see different workflows, have different influences on the kind of stuff that you play. So yeah, it's great to have a really multinational group of people together.
So I know that with midterms week just being over and we have a bit of spring break to kind of relax and unwind, but going forward, we do know it's going to get very busy. And I know you guys are all very busy people. It was really hard to try to get like a time for us to do an interview. But I just wanted to ask, like, how do you balance creative work with business and more like the career side of things? Because you know, if you, there is this belief that if you focus solely on creative work, there's less opportunity outside of college for a sustainable and like stable career.
I think the things you work on in school and being creative and also having a career outside of, after Berklee, I think they go hand in hand, right? In the future, like all the alums have told me that the people that I'm going to work with in the future are people like, Noelle, Anan, and Koji that have been my classmates. So I think it's keeping yourself busy and being part of as many projects as you can be in also helps your career and also helps you build creativity and vocabulary for, the different kinds of music and styles that each person has.
Yeah, I think I agree with Rin. Like for me, I really believe that creative work and like your career is the same thing. Because whatever you spend energy doing, it will become like, it will pave the path for your future. And I think for me, I try to prioritize work that I passionately like believe in. Like I won't work with someone I don't really believe in, and like being in Berklee, you kind of have the chance to like suss that out, to figure out what you really like to do, the kinds of people you like to work with. And I think how I'm kind of manage my time, I watch shows and I hang out with people, and if I find that they're dependable on top of being like creative and talented, I invest in them and like I offer them the value of like being a producer or whatever. Yeah. But it's fun, all in all.
So, considering your cultural background and what you have been doing with Berklee Japan, as well as the professional work you've been doing with school and your other classmates, how do you see yourself contributing to the music industry on a global scale, like after you graduate? Do you want to stick more with the Western music industry, maybe the Asian music industry, or would you want to even maybe work specifically with the Japanese music industry?
Because of my background and because I've moved so much when I was growing up, I've had the pleasure of experiencing a lot of different music industries, from Europe, from Africa, Asia, the Americas. I think that through my work with Berklee Japan, but also just getting to know more Japanese people in Berklee, that I do ultimately want to be based in Japan. But the caveat to that is Japan is a very like landlocked country, and their music is very much like Japanese, and they don't really allow too much collaboration except for a few artists that's getting popularity now. So my hope is I can change that and introduce more collaboration from other countries and other artists into Japan and have the people listen to more music from different places around the world.
Definitely bridging gaps across every culture, kind of fusing everything together in a way, because there are some places where, let's say, I don't want it to sound like a diss, but like the level just isn't there yet. And I think lending a hand and bridging a gap would definitely raise that. It was and it still is a big passion of mine to kind of raise the floor of where I'm from. Just not just like skill, but like collaboration and all of that together. So being at Berklee and then having this opportunity to learn in a foreign country where the music industry is so strong, and having the connection to home and other places, and the ability to bridge gaps I think is going to be really big in the future.
I think my answer will be a bit similar to Rin. Honestly, I haven't decided like which I should focus on. I think Japanese music really unique. So I would like to connect the Japanese music to like Western music more. Yeah, Japanese music industry really isolated from the world music in like market. Yeah, I think there is more chances to like add something on it.
I've been thinking about this question a lot, especially because I'm in my 6th semester, and I just want to go somewhere where I feel most accepted. I'm from Singapore, and I mean, it's a tiny country, so the music industry is even smaller, and it's Asian, so it's like pretty limited. And I mean, I came to study at Berklee to get out of Singapore, basically. Yeah, I think Singapore is great for like collaboration, and I want to be able to represent my country, that we have talent, that there are exciting things going on, instead of, you know, staying there and like trying to grow the industry. You know, there's already stuff going on, but I think we need to gain visibility. And also, I feel most accepted here in the US. There are a lot of people, which is like a good thing, and it can be like a bad thing because sometimes you meet strange people. Period. But people here are very multicultural, and like I get to connect with people from different cultures, like the Japanese people here, and it has like inspired different part of my music. So I think personally it feels a lot better to be in this like American music industry, because it's like a melting pot of many different cultures, and I think they really champion like advocating for who you are and your people, and that's something that resonates with me. So I definitely think I'll be staying around here and getting to know different people and like make different kinds of music over my career.
For Koji and Anan, because you two mentioned that you would like to bridge the gap more, right? Is it in the sense that you want to increase visibility and let the world know that there are talented people in your country? Or do you want to bring a new wave or movement of music from your culture to the world, in a sense where you have artists like Nujabes, right? Who basically is the father of lo-fi music, which is known globally. Do you want to show the world that there is good musicianship in your country, or do you want to walk more of a path where you're innovating and creating like a whole new type of music?
Well, it's a big world question.
Yeah.
I guess my answer to that would be a bit of both. Actually, quite similar to what Noelle said earlier. I also come from a very small place, and you know, I didn't have that many people that were my age to play with. A lot of the time, it was a lot of older people, maybe mid-20s to late 20s. And then in regards to like bridging the gap, it could be raising awareness that, like, you know, I can tell younger people that, like, I can show them that, you know, we can actually get to this level. You know, we don't have to stay in our little place. We don't have to stay in our little hole. Like, we can all push for more. And at the same time, I think if I or anyone from anywhere really, from any culture, can show people back home that we can reach this stage, right, world stage, it can inspire other people to reach that. But to do that, then we have to kind of prove that we can get there. Yeah. So it's a bit of both, of wanting to pioneer something, but then also once you can pioneer something, then the visibility will also go up, and then people from home will see that you're pioneering something. So I think they go hand in hand. It's just whichever you prefer, striving for more.
Like, genuinely, I don't like a generic music producer or creator or something. For example, like, I mean, sometimes people consider someone as the pioneer because of its uniqueness or something. Sometimes he or she doesn't think it's unique. She or he might think it's like replicate of like something music before them. Like, I believe I'm not really familiar with the lo-fi hip-hop history, but like I'm sure he Nujabes also can influence the other like hip-hop artists, and then probably he didn't think he's a really unique, but like when his music brought it to US, like people in US like think, oh, it's like different from hip-hop in US or something. or like fusion, like Japanese fusion. Basically, motivation in the Japanese fusion is replicate to the Western fusion music, but like people in Western world think it's different. So I don't think I don't care of this. Like I just want to make music, and I just want to introduce the Japanese music, and then it might have the possibility of being something more like new or unique for US. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's amazing that we have a cultural back and forth between all these different countries and cultures, right?
Influence each other.
Yeah, like we you said Japanese jazz fusion or Japanese fusion is inspired a lot by the music of the West, right? And now we have Western musicians studying Japanese jazz fusion, right, as its own thing.
It's we didn't. I think nobody thought that would happen like that time, like 80s or something. You know, yeah. It's a really good thing. I think. Yeah.
I think so too. So the culture at Berklee is definitely that where the lower your semester level is, typically the less work you're expected to do, and it's a bit more relaxed. And as you progress with your academic career, your workload becomes a lot more rigorous. So as upper semester students, how do you manage your workload, and how do you find the time to meet as a group and work through all your like club operations? Yeah.
So if I'm being honest, we have the most disorganized board in the history of Berklee.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Actually, I don't think lower semester people like get less work. I think it's the opposite. I think the higher semester you get, the workload kind of becomes less because you get to choose more of what you want and what you don't want to do. My mentality when I came to Berklee was just say yes to everything. Especially as a string player, and there's not many strings at Berklee. I did so many sessions. It was crazy. But because of that, I got to meet a lot of people. I know a lot of people. A lot of opportunities have come from that. Yeah, and then as for this club, we have a set weekly meeting that everyone tries to come, sometime every Saturday, just for an hour. But you know, I get it's kind of tough. You know, we have a lot of work. We're all pretty busy people. So you know, when we can't meet in person, we meet on Zoom, and also you know we have a chat that just talks about things when we need to have information. I think we've dispersed the workload pretty well recently. At first, it was pretty hard to just get everything organized, but you know now we have like Noelle that does a lot of all of the budgeting. You know, booking event spaces, which really helps a lot. We have Anan that does a lot of the arrangements and musical aspects, hence artistic director. And then you know Koji does a lot of the grunt work for you know all the events, you know trying to get everything set up and everything. And we also all are involved in the musical aspect of Berklee Japan and playing in it. So I think just having everything or most things in-house just helps streamline that a lot.
Speaking of events and arrangements, would you like to speak about any upcoming performances that you have as a group? And to my knowledge, you also have the Patio show on April 8th.
On April 8th, Wednesday, 1 to 2 p.m. We're gonna have Noelle being the opening act for us, and then we'll do some cool arrangements and songs.
So speaking of events and arrangements, are there any upcoming performances that you want people to know about?
Yep. So on the 5th of April, we have a cap show, the Berklee Japan Cap Show. Yeah. Yeah, we're really excited to show it because we've actually been working on it for 2 years now.
Don't say that. That's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure, but I think it's well warranted because we've been working at it for a while.
Noelle will be singing.
I will be singing.
Noelle will be singing. Rin will be playing violin, and I will be playing drums, and I'll be playing bass. So we're very excited. I might be dancing. And we also have another show on the 8th of April. 8th of April, a patio show outside 7 Haviland from 1 to 2 p.m.
So for the first 30 minutes, my band will be performing our originals and some covers, and then we'll transition to a Berklee Japan set, and you can expect like an instrumental piece and different singers who will bring different vibes and different songs. So come along and just like enjoy the sun while it's out. Yeah.
For your upcoming cap show and your patio show, could I just know more about the songs you're performing and what inspired you to pick them?
Artistic director,
All right.
I mean, we can talk about the cap show first.
Well, for the capsule, well, I can't lead the set list. but well, we definitely the songs you definitely know some popular songs.
What's the theme?
What's the theme? What is the theme? Actually, what is the theme? Actually, I don't.
So the
I don't
theme
know.
for our cap show is J-pop through the ages. So we'll be playing J-pop songs from 80s, 90s, 2000s, 10s, and 20s. You'll probably hear some songs that you recognize. You might hear some songs that you've never heard of, but I think you'll enjoy all of it.
And then for the patio show, that's gonna be more of just like a fun hangout. We'll definitely play songs that everyone knows that they can jam to and sing to if they would like. And we'll do songs that kind of feature parts of the board. Maybe I'll do like a solo thing. Who knows?
To close out the interview with you guys, and thank you so much for coming out, I just want to ask you, with graduation coming up within a year or two, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Professionally, personally?
How ambitious can we get, bro?
As ambitious as ambitious as you want. It could be realistic, it could be ambitious, like whatever you see yourself. Like where do you want to be in 5 years?
TD Garden. We're playing at TD Garden, Gillette Stadium, all of those. 5 years is a long time.
We should get there. I could get there.
I don't want to speak for you guys, I'm saying. Like, you guys all have different goals. That's why I said.
Generally, I don't have like specific goals. I'm just gonna figure out like what I'm doing, what I'm doing best.
Hopefully, beginning to start my own studio, and also starting my record label.
Where?
What?
Where?
Where? To be determined.
What?
Studio will be in Japan. Coming soon.
No name for it yet?
Orion Productions.
Orion production.
Orion, you know, like the
Orion.
Yeah.
Orion. Oh.
Ryan?
Anyways, maybe 5 years. A lot of money in my bank. I have my own place. It's rented, but the floors are really straight. There are no mice. I get to wake up at 12 every day. I only work with people whose music I really like. I still have my band, and we are touring and releasing music regularly. Maybe engaged.
Ooh.
Maybe. Yeah, because I think if I get past that point, like, I'd be like 28 in 5 years.
5 years is...
Like, if I get past that point, I'm not gonna get married.
William,
Like,
over to you.
whoa. Let's hope this video ages well. Anyways, yeah, but hopefully also building my own record label, signing artists and stuff.
Competition. Competition.
No, I have no intention to
Whoever gives me a
compete.
better contract, I'll sign.
That's great.
All right, and having less like eye bags. I'm trying to deal with it right now. Yeah.
Okay.
And 2 cats.
Nice.
2 cats.
Two cats. That's good.
Yourself,
Okay.
Damian?
Me, 5 years.
We gotta hear your answer too. Berklee Their.
In 5 years' time? No, 5 years' time. Thank you so much to Berklee Japan for coming out, and please come to their shows on April 5th and April 8th. Please come to the shows. お願いします。